My name is Sylvia, and today I'm going to start with 3 projections of the knee. I'm going to do the AP knee, the AP medial oblique knee, and the lateral knee. So first, before I begin my exam, I'm going to start by putting my SID to 40 inches, which I've already done, and I align the tube with my bucky, and the cassette I'm using is a 10 by 12 inch cassette, and I'm going to put it in lengthwise. Okay, so my room's all set up. Now I'm going to go grab my patient. Ms. Rodriguez? Hi, can you give me your full name?
Denise Rodriguez,
Can you give me your date of birth, please?
4/14/88.
Okay, is there a possibility that you may be pregnant?
No.
Okay, do you have any past history of cancer,
No.
surgeries, or prior injuries? And what happened? What brought you in here?
I'm just having knee pain. I fell on my knee like 2 days ago.
Is it your left or your right knee?
All right.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna need you to disrobe from the waist down,
Okay.
and here's the gown, and I'll be right here when you're through changing. Okay. Scene, go. Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, I need your foot flexed. Okay, so now I'm gonna do an AP knee. So the central ray is gonna enter 1 inch below the patellar apex. My tube is angled 3 to 5 degrees cephalad. It is the right knee, so I have my right marker, and my cassette is 10 by 12, and it's in lengthwise. So now I'm gonna go shoe my image. My technique is gonna be at 70 kV and 4 mass. Go ahead and hold your breath. Beep. So now I'm gonna go get my imaging plate. I'm gonna run it. You can relax, Ms. Rodriguez. Run it. Okay, I have a good image. So now I'm gonna go do my medial oblique. So now I'm gonna need to rotate her entire leg until we get to 45 degrees. 45 degree angle. Let's see. The leg's at 45 degrees. And my central ray still is going to be a ½ inch below the patellar apex. Move my marker over. Still the right knee. I'm still at SID of 40 inches. She's shielded. And now I'm going to go run it with the same technique at 70 kV and 4 mass. Go ahead and hold your breath. Beep. Now I'm going to go get the IR. Gonna run it. The image is good, so now I'm gonna set up for lateral. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a lateral knee, medial lateral, and my IR is again 10 by 12. I put it in lengthwise. My tube is at an SID of 40 inches. It's the right knee, so I have my right marker. My patient is shielded. I have my tube angled 3 to 5 degrees cephalad, and the central ray is at the 1 inch below the medial epicondyle. And I'm sorry, my tube is at 5 to 7 degrees cephalad. So now I'm going to come over here, and my technique is going to be at 70 kV and 4 mass. So go ahead and hold your breath. Beep. Okay, now I'm going to go retrieve my image. Set. Run it. My image is good, so now I'm going to take the clean cassette and begin our next. Okay, so the next image we're doing is the AP axial intercondylar fossa, and my tube is going to be perpendicular to the lower leg, and my central ray is 1/2 inch below the patellar apex, and my patient is shielded. I'm using a 10 by 12 IR it's lengthwise, and it's the right knee, or the right patella, I mean. So I have my right marker, and I'm collimated in 4x4, and I'm going to go over here and shoot my technique. I'm going to use a 70 at 5 mass. So go ahead and hold your breath. Beep. So now I'm going to go retrieve my cassette. Thank you. And I'm going to run it. So now I've run it. My image looks good. And I'm going to set up for the next projection, which is going to be, okay, so I'm going to be shooting a tangential patella on the right patella. So I have my right marker, and the cassette I'm using is 10x12, but I'm going to collimate to 4x4, and my tube is at 40 inches, and I'm going to angle my tube at 15 to 20 degrees. So now I'm going to come over here to shoot the image. I'm going to give directions to the patient. Hold your breath, beep, and breathe. And I'm going to come over here, grab my cassette, thank you, take my marker off. And the technique I used was 70 kb at 4 mass. So now I'm going to run it, wait for my image to pop up. I see I have a good image, so now I could let the patient go home. So here is the image of my AP knee. It shows evidence of proper collimation. It shows that my knee is fully extended, and it shows my whole knee without any type of rotation. It also shows that my femorotibial joint space is open with interspaces of equal distance or width from each other, and it shows evidence of soft tissue and bony trabecular detail, and it shows all the required anatomy. There's my patella, my tibia, my fibula, and I even opened up my collimation to include a little bit of the femur up there, and it shows my right marker. So it has all the right criteria per Merrill's for an AP knee. Here is my AP oblique projection of the right knee. It shows evidence of proper collimation. It shows my tibia and fibula separated at their proximal articulation. That happens with that's the reason that we rotate the leg 45 degrees, so there's no superimposition right there. And also it shows the posterior tibia back here, and the lateral condyles of the femur and the tibia. So right there and right here of the tibia, that's the femur up there. And then it shows both tibial plateaus. So that's right here and right here. And it also shows the margin of the patella projecting slightly beyond the medial side of the femoral condyle, right over here. And it shows the knee joint is open. It's that interspace right there, the knee joint. And then it also shows soft tissue and bony trabecular detail. Here's an image of my right lateral knee. It shows that the knee is flexed 20 to 30 degrees, and it shows the fibular head and tibia slightly superimposed over each other right there. They're slightly superimposed, and the patella is in the lateral profile right there, and it has an open patellofemoral joint space, as well as an open joint space between the femoral condyles and tibia. And it also shows soft tissue and bony trabecular detail. This is my AP axial intercondylar fossa projection. It's also known as the Beclaire method. And this demonstrates open intercondylar fossa which is this circle right here. And it shows posterior inferior surface of the femoral condyles. It also shows intercondylar eminence and knee joint space, and that's the intercondylar eminence right there. And it shows no superimposition of the fossa by the apex of the patella, and it shows no rotation as demonstrated by slight tibiofibular overlap right there. And it also shows soft tissue and bony trabecular detail, and it has all the required anatomy for the intercondylar fossa. And there's my right marker to demonstrate that it's my right knee. This is the image of my tangential projection. It's also known as the Settegast method, and it is for the patella. And this image shows my patella in profile right there, and it shows the femoral condyles and intercondylar sulcus. It shows open patellofemoral articulations, and it shows soft tissue and bony trabecular detail.